Welcome to this series on Revit. We will be using Revit 2020. My name is John Kaiser. I am a technology teacher at Lake Zurich High School in Lake Zurich, Illinois. I'm also the lead mentor for our first robotics team, Bearbotics 2358. As well, I am a CAD adjunct professor at the College of Lake County. So I just wanted to introduce myself. I will not be on screen. We'll be using all the screen for CAD, but just wanted to kind of put a face with the name and say hi to everybody and let you know that I look forward to working with you through this series. So Revit is a 3D architecture program. It is made by Autodesk, who also makes AutoCAD and Inventor, for those of you that are familiar with those. If you're not and want to learn more, I've done full series on the basics of AutoCAD and pretty much most of the operations of Inventor. Those are on this channel as well under playlists if you'd like to learn more. So Revit basically is a parametric program where in AutoCAD you draw simple geometry, lines, arcs, circles, and Inventor you make solid extrusions. Revit is kind of a combination of the two if I were to try to describe it. It is 3D, and so we can see we've got a 3D view that we can go to here off of our floor plan. And once that opens up, we can see we can orbit same way that we orbit in Inventor or in 3D AutoCAD, which is holding down the Shift button and clicking in your mouse wheel, not scrolling your mouse wheel, but clicking it in. When you scroll your mouse wheel, you zoom in and out, and so we can see we've got walls, we've got windows, we've got doors, we've got cars to check garage spacing, kitchen cabinets, we've got a fireplace, furniture, all different kinds of things that we can do in Revit. So for those of you that are familiar with AutoCAD, I myself was in industry for 13 years before I became a teacher, and I did AutoCAD pretty much full time for that time. Also some pro engineer experience before they changed it to Creo. But I'm a keyboard person. I like to use keyboard shortcuts, and there are not a lot of keyboard shortcuts in Revit. So if you're used to using E for erase in AutoCAD, or X for trim, or CP for copy, or whatever the case, you're going to be relying an awful lot on the ribbon. Okay, and the ribbon is the same as it is in AutoCAD, Inventor, and pretty much every other Windows-based program. Over here, then, you've got your properties, which are going to be based off of what you're looking at. So right now I have nothing selected. So I have my 3D view, and then it gives me some different properties in here that I can change. We're not going to go into those now. But when I select an object, let's say I pick this window here. Now it's going to tell me that's a fixed window, 36 by 48, and I can see some more details where the sill height, which is the bottom, so we know that that's set by the sill height, so I can see that it is 4 feet off of the first floor level. And my project browser then is down here, and that gives me all of my different views. So you'll see here I've got first floor and I've got 3D, and if I hit the first floor tab, it's going to show me my floor plan, which is room labels, dimensions. So if I zoom in on, let's say, my front of my house, I can see my front door, my foyer. I can hover my room label, and it gives me my room separation, my refrigerator here, my stove, my dishwasher. And if you want to bounce between those two, you can Alt-Tab. So if you hold down the Alt button, and then you can pop between the two, or you can just click the different tabs, or you can double click here. And I've got a lot of different levels. So here I've got a foundation level that would house my basement. Right now I don't have anything down here in this particular house. This was just a house that I was just messing around with a little bit. We can see here that we've got multiple 3D views. Those are set up for my cover pages. We'll get into that more later. Neat thing, I've got my elevation views here. So if I look at my south elevation, that is going to be the front of my house. And so I can see all of my windows, my doors, my stairs, my foundation when it gets down here. And that is the same for each side of the house. So it gives me more than just a floor plan. It gives me all of my elevations, so I'm not just making a drawing of a house like we do in AutoCAD. It's more along the lines of Inventor, where I'm actually making a house, a 3D model of a house. Another nice thing that we can do here, if we go to 3D view and let's say we pick that window, I can pick this window and I can say, you know what, I really want that to be let's go with a double hung with trim 36 by 48. And if you pay close attention to my window over here, when I click this, it's going to change. And so now, instead of being a fixed picture type window, this is a window that will open. And just side note, why would we not want this window to open? Because it's halfway down the stairs. So it would be a really tough window to reach to open, as would this window. So we just made them picture windows. I've got undo and redo up here. So those tools are still there. And let's see. That's pretty much going to do it. The last thing I wanted to cover just real quick is object selection. So we saw that I can click a single object. I can also pick a window, a regular window just like AutoCAD, or a crossing window just like AutoCAD. So right to left direction gives me a crossing window. Left to right direction gives me a regular window that everything has to be fully inside of. If I want to pick more than one thing at a time, I can hold down the control button and then I can pick. And if I pick all of my objects that I want, and that's how I can pick multiple objects. So in the next video, we're going to start creating some walls for your ranch lake house. That's going to be our tutorial project. Thanks, and we'll see you in the next video.